I won't take up too much of your time because then you have people. I'm recording for notes if that's okay. I just wanted to ask about some of those key points, your main key points in your platform that you're talking about, and property tax was one of them. What kind of changes are you wanting to make with property tax law?
We've got, first of all, levies. State levies need to be looked at. Counties are only getting 9 to 10% of people's property taxes, and I believe people think we're getting a lot more than that.
Okay.
By the time it dwindles down, the counties are getting very little, and that needs to be looked at. We need to take an overall look at how business is treated, because the business income that comes into a community will help lower property taxes in a long run. And all of this goes together, so the business issue of economic development tied with the property taxes, it all looks together.
In terms of, you've been a lone Republican versus two Democrats here, and on the west, people say on the west side of the mountains, it's a fairly Democratic-controlled area here too. What is it going to take to get elected in that environment from here? Is South Kitsap going to be able to give you the support you need?
The very same thing that it took me to get elected as the county commissioner. I need to pull Democrat vote as well as Republican vote.
Okay.
We've done that in the past. We ought to be able to continue to do that.
What are Democrats going to see? Democrats in South Kitsap. When they knowing you, is it the local representation, or how is it that you pull them in?
I believe that it's local representation, and I believe that it's balanced representation, because when elected, I will represent everybody. And I'm very comfortable that I can work on both sides of the aisles to bring that representation to the board.
Are there any, you talked about, property tax and things like that, fairly statewide issues. Are there anything specific to South Kitsap that you think you can help South Kitsap with in the legislature? And I know you are representing the whole state, but...
Well, we'd be representing all of South Kitsap, a portion of Bremerton, and all of Gig Harbor, actually right to the bridge.
Right.
And I've had meetings with Terry Lee, the councilperson from Pierce County representing Gig Harbor. I really view that their issues and our issues are very, very similar. We're going to be... Both counties are really coming up to issues with shoreline management. We need to address the hearings board. I think there's some real issues there with accountability. I would like to see the Blue Ribbon Commission for the Growth Management Act brought back to the table. It's been 15 years. There's parts that aren't working that needs to be retuned. All of those things affect both South Kitsap and Gig Harbor, and I'd like to work in conjunction with Terry Lee to make sure that those things get to the state level.
Great.
And with our new commissioners here.
Yes. Next step in your campaign, what's happening now?
Let's see, we've got a kickoff going in Gig Harbor will be next, and we'll be doing pretty much the same thing there as we're doing with groups here. I had 3 speaking engagements in Gig Harbor last week, and right now I'm meeting people, having them get to know me. So that's kind of till the weather clears and you can start meeting people at their door. I'm meeting it through organizations and community.
And then, last question, you do know a lot of people in Kitsap. Have you had a lot of work down in Gig Harbor? Do you have a lot of connections down there with people that you've been getting to know?
When I had my businesses in Pierce County, I belonged to the Gig Harbor Chamber of Commerce. I'm a member of the Gig Harbor Chamber of Commerce now, and I've always believed that economic development does not come to a boundary line and stop. We worked closely together on a lot of the NASCAR issues. We got to work on economic development issues in that regard because of other companies we thought would come along with that. So I think that we have a lot in common. I've worked with their mayor, with Mayor Hunter, on transportation issues. That's still going to be a big issue for them with tolls and our community as well. We're going to have some road issues coming in that feed into Highway 16 that'll affect both South Kitsap and Gig Harbor. So a lot of mutual issues that I've already been working on that I'll just get to take to a different level.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks.